Hello and welcome to your messages for the week. Today is Sunday, the 18th of December, 2022. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and you can find out more about me and the things that I do at my website, deborahjanesutton.com, and from this YouTube channel. You could also follow me on Facebook, Deborah Jane Sutton as well. So yes, we've got 1 week until Christmas Day and then another week until the new year. So coming to the end of well, the middle of December, but we're coming towards the end of December. So if you haven't already seen the messages for December, I'll put a link in the description, video in the end screen, because it was about observing the world through detached emotions, not suppressed, not ignored, but through detached emotions, observing the world just as an observation with no judgment of right or wrong, good or bad. It's a very liberating place to be. So I highly recommend that you watch that video if you haven't done so already. And then just a quick reminder that until the end of the year or until the end of the month, I am offering a special offer on my past life healings, which are proving to be super powerful. When I actually prepare them, of course, it doesn't mean anything to me. I'm just reading the Akashic records, getting the information. But then when I relay that to the client, things resonate big time, and it causes some real shifts in understanding, in acknowledging all of who you are, and in where a lot of these energies and feelings that you have. We have a lot of behavioral patterns or feelings that kind of we can't really put a finger on, but they're just kind of running with us. They're the kind of energies that we can release with the past life healing. And they can be often energies that are causing blocks in this lifetime, of course. So it's a powerful level of healing. So I'll put a link in the description as well to that, and check it out if it resonates with you. I would love to hear from you. I'm not shuffling in the same way as normal because I've got these ones. I just felt like a change. So the Angel Tarot cards, I used to use these all the time. They were kind of my go-to cards. These ones, along with the Fairy Tarot, in the days when I was a little bit scared of real tarot, because they're kind of a little bit fluffy. But now I'm so bonded with real tarot that, we can make there. If you see the world as not good or bad, then you don't need to have a deck of cards that are fluffy, do you? Because the cards that are traditionally negative are not negative. They're the ones that have the greatest capacity for transformation, the greatest capacity for self-realization and change. And that's what I guess a lot of us are looking for. I mean, yes, we're happy in the now, but it's a path of evolution, isn't it? It's a path of growing and getting closer to source, creator, God, whatever you want to call it, just feeling more at one with it all. So however happy we are in the now, we can always expand into a little bit more of who we are, can't we? So let's see if there's any guidance coming for us this week using these cards. Well, yes. And this one, they've actually stuck together. I've got 3 so far. I think that's it. Yes, that's it. 3. Let's have a look and see what these 3 cards are telling us this week. Okay, we've got the 10 of fire. Now, fire is wands. Now, the 10 of wands is that picture where he's carrying all those 10 wands on his shoulders. And the message with this card is it's too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health concerns. So yeah, 10 of wands is very much taking on more than you need to be taking on. And what I'm always thinking, like with this new paradigm that we're creating, heaven on earth that we're creating, it's a new paradigm. We're doing away with the old paradigm of having to go to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. I mean, even just looking back at those days, where you're really not in control of your own time. This is one of the advantages and beauties of tapping into your divine gifts and realizing that you can do them all the time, that our divine gifts are there to be used um, in the workplace, I want to say, but also outside of work in play, because it's all the same thing. When you know that you've tapped into your gift because it's something that you would rather do than not do. It's something you would rather do than not do. And I remember this when I first trained as a yoga teacher. I remember going to teach yoga for the first time, and it was on a Sunday. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, I would rather be doing what I'm doing than not doing what I'm doing, which was in effect working on a Sunday. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, this is it, you know. And that's what it's like when you find your gift, is that you'd rather do it. I mean, I do my cards like this on a Sunday, and I'll do them next Sunday as well, even though it's Christmas Day, because I enjoy it. Whether you watch it or not, it's up to you. Um, so this Ten of Wands, I think what it's saying is, if you're not enjoying it, don't do it. There is an element of responsibilities as well. Of course, we feel a responsibility to go into work, obviously, but also this isn't just work. It's stress, as in it could be looking after people, especially if you've got, old family or babies and stuff like this. It could just be like chores, just everything getting on top of us. And sometimes it feels like that because, especially as we're coming up to holiday season, we seem to create a lot more work for ourselves, don't we? Just running around shops and things. And so that is a message to really just ask yourself, do you need to do that? Do you, whatever it is, ask yourself, do I need to do that? Do I need to create this stress for myself? And if it is something that you feel like you really can't change, can you look at it in another way? Because the stress is connected to your thinking about it. Because when we enjoy doing something, it's not stressful, however much we do it. So if there is something that you need to keep doing, whether it be looking after somebody or the responsibility that you have, can you shift the way you look at it? And rather than viewing it as a chore or a responsibility, can you view it as a joy? Imagine your life without it. Can you turn it into a joy and a blessing? Okay, but I think primarily because it's stress-related health concerns as well, and I think especially in this part of the world where it's cold and wintry, I think we do need to hibernate. We do need more sleep. We do need more rest. But we've got this drive that we've been brought up with that we've got to keep doing and doing, and there's some kind of martyrdom to about being overworked, and there isn't. I just want to tell you, being overworked, there is nothing good about that, especially if it's causing you health issues. Your health, I don't need to tell you, is everything because your health obviously is your frequency. And it's everything. Let's see what the other cards are saying. See, Ace of Fire. Now we've got the Ace of Fire. So this is the Ace of Wands, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. And of course, it's a new beginning because it's an ace and it's come on the heels of this. So it's saying what I've just said, basically, because of course they're face down. I don't look at them until I turn them over, right? So this is basically saying there's new opportunities to look at your life in a different way. It's telling you that some of the wands that you're carrying, some of these 10 wands that you're carrying on your back, you can drop them. It could be things like, it could be silly things, but you just feel like you've got to keep maintaining it. It could be household chores. I mean, we can all let go of some household chores because when you're in the mood to do them, they'll come through you effortlessly and joyfully. So there really is a message here about dropping the things that you don't need to do. Do you really need to do it? There's something that you can change. There's something that you can do differently. And there's something that you're making yourself do. You're pushing yourself to do it. It's something like routine, something like a job or a chore or an errand or something like that that you don't need to be doing. And this ace is coming to say there's a new way of looking at things, a new opportunity, and of course, career advancement, because work smarter, not harder. is what they say. Make sure you're in a job that you enjoy. That's how you're going to have career advancement. If you're in a job you don't enjoy, then, working harder and harder and harder is just going to give you stress-related health issues, as the card says. So if you're not enjoying your job, go and find one that you are enjoying. It's as simple as that, because you're not going to be able to expand into more of who you are doing something that you hate or loathe. It's really not going to help you. At least plan your exit and at least start doing what it is that you love. And do the two for a while. Okay, until you can get the momentum going. Okay, I'm not suggesting anyone do anything irresponsible or rash, but you'll feel it in your heart. Okay, what is it you want to be doing? Now is the time to do it, because that's how you're going to advance in your career, by doing what you love. And the new way of looking at things is a beginning. It's an ace of fire. And we have an ace of air as well. Well, air, of course, is swords, thought processes. I love these two coming up. Two aces, beginnings, new way of thinking about things. The ace is thought processes, mental processes. So it's your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs. Okay. Wands is physical action in the physical world. It's the transformation. It's the fire. So it's the passion. Okay, and we've got two aces out of three cards. I love this. I always love the way that they normally get more and more powerful as it goes on. So we start off with the 10 of wands, the 10 of fire, which is, too much work, feeling bogged down, feeling, overwhelmed with running around, doing stuff, chores, helping people, looking after people, doing what we think we should be doing, and just working harder and harder and hoping that we're going to get recognized. It doesn't work like that. Your future lies in your frequency. Doing what you love and doing what you enjoy is not a luxury, it's a necessity, especially for career advancement. Okay, doing what you love, doing what you're good at, doing what you enjoy is a necessity to your career advancement. That's what this card is saying. I like these cards because they have actual writing on them. And I get to say also what I want to say. Two aces, new way of thinking. It's a new paradigm that we're going into. It's beautiful, brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. Of course, it's going to be a challenging beginning for you because you're moving away from what you've known. You're moving away from a job or an activity that you've been doing for a long time, that you've been working really hard at. It's also going to be challenging because you're going to be dropping the responsibilities that you've been holding on to for so long, but you don't need to be holding on to them anymore. Maybe you're doing stuff for other people and they need to be doing it for themselves. And you've been hindering your own sense of freedom. See, you are the source of it all. And this is two aces showing that there's a new way of thinking about it. There's a new way of being. And it's following your passions, because fire is wands, it's passion and being bold and assertive. And because they've come on the heels of this, it means drop those responsibilities. I'm not saying be irresponsible. Don't get me wrong here. But drop those things, those thoughts that you have about the things that you have to do. I have to do it this way. I have to work in this place. I won't be able to make money in any other way. That's wrong, isn't it? Because if you do what you love, there's that trust. This is the thinking. If you believe that, it's going to be true for you. If you think you can and you think you can't, you're going to be right, aren't you? You're always going to be right because whatever you believe, you're going to create. So you are going to be right. So why don't you choose a belief that says, oh my goodness, I'm going to lessen my hours in this job and up my hours doing what I love, what I'm good at, what I'm creative in, how I like to express myself. Okay, let's move away from this paradigm of work and play. And you can just play and play. Do whatever it is that brings you joy without focusing on the money, but the money will come. Career advancement, following your passions. Ace, new beginning. So there is something here. I'd love to hear in the comments if this is resonating with you, because there's something here and it's now. It's like end of the year. How are you going to go into the new year? Doing what you love. Promise yourself that you're going to go into the new year doing more of what you love and dropping the things that you don't love. Because you'll find that it's just a thought, a belief that is making you hang on to what. So when you're doing stuff and you're not enjoying yourself, ask yourself why. And then all those reasons that you answer yourself will just be beliefs, beliefs that can change, beliefs that you can do things, then believe you can do things a different way. So new beginnings for a new year. Well, you don't have to wait till the new year. We're still only halfway through December. You can change now. Maybe hand your notice in. Maybe that's the one. Or at least start doing what it is that you love. Even if you can't see it bringing in any financial security, start doing it because it will raise your frequency. Doing what you love will raise your frequency. Your frequency will create your future, because that's how it works. So take my word for it. The cards say it. So yeah, big changes coming. Looking at the new year, how do we want to spend our life? How do we want to spend our time? How do we want to spend our energy? You know, it's really important that we're doing what we love in every now moment, that we're doing things that we enjoy, things that bring us expansion, I want to say. So yeah, drop some of those chores, drop some of those responsibilities, drop some of that hard work, and trust that moving forward you will, it's the new earth, it's heaven on earth. You were designed to follow your gifts. You were designed to be creative in whichever way you want to be creative. That's the way you were designed. You were programmed in this lifetime to carry this load. But you were designed, your true soul blueprint is full of divine gifts, and they bring you joy. And the reason that they bring you joy is because you're meant to do them. You're meant to share them and raise your frequency that way. It's kind of like a no-brainer in a way, but we've allowed ourselves to get really pushed down into this density, haven't we? So be more like this flying horse, flying away from the needless responsibility, flying away from the shackles, I want to say, the burdens. That's what this card is. And just flying into the unknown with your passions. New beginning. Okay. Breakthrough, a new breakthrough in thinking. Okay. And new beginnings in doing. New way of thinking leading to a new way of doing, new way of being. That's the new earth. That's the new year. That's the new earth. I hope that resonated. Lots of love, and see you next week. Bye for now.